Aries, welcome to Healing Hype Man. This is going to be your monthly message. We're going to do a past, present, and future. The future is going to tell us what is coming in the following month or in the beginning of the month that you're watching this. If you're watching this on Instagram, YouTube has all of the longer content. If you're watching this on YouTube, Instagram has the rest of my content more active over there, so check us out. Let's kind of dive right in. I got to be honest, this is the second time that I'm doing it. The first time I had to hit play a couple times, there was this nervous energy. It was a very unusual Healing Hype Man message. It showed a lot of challenges and struggles within the mind. And if I really look at your astrology for the coming month, it is that connection with connecting back with yourself. Trying to connect to who you are. I was guided to not post it, so I'm interested to see what comes up here. Perhaps it was just it was an awkward energy. I had to do breath work. I had to do some sound healing I had to go and break a sweat to get rid of that energy. Got to be brutally honest. I'm just sharing that with you, and we're going to see what comes out here for you, right? Past, present, future for Aries, and we shall dive deep. In the past, the Emperor, your energy, Aries. In the present, we have the Virgo card, which is the Hermit, and in the future, we have the High Priestess. Talk about majors, right? Talk about majors here. Wow, this is similar, and I'm glad in a different context. Maybe my words were just too much in how I did the other reading. The past, there was a lot of control, a lot of aggression, a lot of perhaps taking the lead, but taking the lead in some sort of way. Maybe you felt in control, or you were just in the energy of Aries, right? In the energy of needing to control everything. Right? And it depends how some might perceive that as good, some might perceive that as negative. It depends how you perceive good or bad, right? In the present, we have the Hermit, which means we're retreating, and in the future, we have the High Priestess. This is definitely retreating inward, which really speaks to the astrology for you, for Aries, specifically Aries rising. A retreating inward. Right now, you're retreating, and the High Priestess really tells me there's more shall be revealed, and there's so much depth to it at the same time. Perhaps secrets will be revealed, especially about yourself. If I look at the Emperor energy, that's the first house. The first house is I am. It's who I am. This is just screaming really diving deep into who you are. Let's kind of clarify these each. Bottom of the deck before I shuffle is the Page of Swords, which tells me that there's curiosity. This is perhaps something that you're being curious about. Who am I? How do I identify? How do I show up in the world? How do I love myself? Do I know my internal self as much as I know my external self? What is it about me that I do not know? What are the secrets about myself that I am unaware of? Right, the curiosity behind that. Let's clarify the Emperor. The Hierophant, wow, talk about majors. Clarifying the Hermit is the Ace of Cups, pulling inward to yourself, that self-love component. And clarifying the High Priestess is the Six of Wands. Interesting. There's a deep, in the future, it seems like secrets come to light, and this is about you. Your own secrets, your own depths come to light that leads you to a direction that leaves something or goes in a different direction. Perhaps leaving chaos and depression and heading to something that's more peaceful. Perhaps tapping into spirituality or a higher power greater than yourself, however you define, perceive, or view a power greater than yourself, creator, commander, source, Buddha, Allah, temple, God, Jesus, spirit, universe, right? In the past, this is a traditional energy here. This is like the traditional, perhaps father archetype, traditional masculine archetype. I'm going to say man archetype. You know what I mean? Like very traditional in many senses. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? That's just how your life is, was, ended up, embodied, learned, preyed upon, worshipped upon. That's how it was ran in the past. And in the present, you are retreating inward. The Hermit with the Ace of Cups. Self-love, perhaps trying to identify what is it about yourself that you love the most internally. How do your emotions impact your ability to control the rest of your life, right? This is really trying to emotional regulation, perhaps. To respond to the world, to be prepared. How am I going to respond to the world emotionally? How do my emotions respond when I'm put in positions that I have to take the lead or control in some sort of way? In the future, Six of Swords with the High Priestess. I'm literally just thinking like, wow, universe, you told me to redo this, and I understand why. You gave me the better words in order to articulate this that didn't come across as where I went was just very mental healthy, and I don't want it to be that way. And who am I to sit here and say those things to someone who's watching this? There's a lot of people that watch this, right? Bottom of the deck, Three of Wands. I can definitely tell you that the coming month is a month of moving forward, moving away from, moving towards, moving, going in a different direction. How else can you say this? Like taking action on something that perhaps comes to light, on something deeper that you've been yearning for. Bottom of the deck, why it's all happening. There has been a curiosity from the moment you're watching this, probably to perhaps before this. I'd say from the moment you're watching this. I'd say prior to this, because these are all confirmation readings, right? There's been a curiosity in moving on, moving forward, moving past, moving through, taking another step, taking a next step. And what does that look like for me? Perhaps now in the coming month, these things come to light, right? Do I need to clarify any more? No. Okay. Energy Oracle, yes. Let's go ahead and pull an Energy Oracle here for Aries. Broken heart. Even in darkness, there is still light. This black crack is very emphasized here as it looks like there is dark, and it is very deep, and there's depth to it, to the feeling of a broken heart, to pain in some sort of way. But all that dark heart really needs is a little bit of light, right? So perhaps tap into your resources that you might have to provide you that light, right? I feel like this is just something that is just coming up, and it should not be ignored either. Contracts, perhaps you've been tied to something here that is not necessarily, that hurts, tied to something that has broken your heart. Doesn't necessarily mean that someone had to break it. Sometimes contracts just very much end. Sometimes they're no longer balanced. The Libra scale is there. They're just no longer balanced. And that's energy we have to kind of try to understand and not perceive it as something that is negative, but as a learning opportunity. It's in the astrology for you. I'm seeing it here. The thinking woman, you very well can be thinking about a lot. A lot can be in your mind. It looks bottom of the deck again, anxiety and patience here. I think that you're processing. This is a month of processing. Honestly, I feel like processing, but actually taking action and taking initiative, right? Not going to say that the action is going to take place in this month. I would in the following month or in the beginning of the month that you're watching this. I do see that. I know that bottom of the deck, you do want movement and you're curious about it. And in the future, I do see there being movement. Once more information is revealed, once a deeper connection with yourself and your emotions and your intuition has been found, then there shall be movement forward. Let's pull a fallback card. You want me to shuffle again? Shift your focus off the problems to see the solutions. You have all you need. Solution focused here. If I were to spit in some therapy, perhaps meet with someone to do some solution focused therapy. If we're clinging on to the past and talking about the problems, you're not making any progress at all, right? At all. There's no progress there. There needs to be solution focused, right? Solution focused ways to move forward on something that you've been curious about moving on from. I am love. I give love freely. I receive love consistently. This is about giving and taking love, receiving love, giving love, being love. Is there love for yourself? Is there love for others? Have you received love consistently? Have you given love consistently? And do you feel like you embody love? Whatever love, however you perceive love to be. Be here now. The present moment is the answer. It's all we really have. The future is just a child of the present. Focus on now. This is asking you to be very present in the moment and handle the shit that's in front of you. Handle what is presented with you, right? Handle what is right in front of you. The future is just a child of the present. Something about inner child there too. Perhaps your inner child is asking you to move on. Perhaps your inner child is asking you to work through this, healing that part of you, because we are many different parts. I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to pull a shamanic healing card just because I feel like this is definitely a healing energy here. Perception. As I use the word perceive many times in this reading here, perception on what is balanced, right? Perhaps there could be a little distortion here. You're thinking that something is a certain way or should be a certain way or is as balanced as it is. Perception is asking you to look at things from a different lens, from a different perspective. There could be some cognitive distortions there. There could be some black or white thinking, black or white. Black implies white, self implies other. About connections, perhaps, about what duality means, what connection means, what two people mean, what two things combining together, what connection truly means. I'm going to read it. I just hope I'm good on time. There is a situation in your life that you are viewing from a very rigid perspective. Are you certain that you are at the center of all the drama around you? Perhaps cultivating the ability to step outside of the drama and see the issues from different viewpoints will shift your judgment of this person or situation from intolerable to simple. It is to simply it is. And as it is, it won't remain so for long. Letting go of the teacher, letting go of the tether that holds you to a certain viewpoint also frees the situation up to go the natural way and get back into balance. Stepping away from the situation, coming back at it with a different perspective, a different set of lens, perhaps a little bit of work on yourself and identifying, do you love yourself and what is it about yourself that you love, or the depths of you, what you come up with when you go on this internal journey. My name is Alvin Catalan. I'm present. I'm done speaking now.